These are the things you're going to need to make a flower bookmark. The first thing we're going to do is take the green paper. It should already be folded in half. This is a little bit thicker than normal. It's like a little light card. So we're going to cut down the center line. Now this is going to allow us to make a little bookmark and a card. So we're just going to put that piece away over to the side so that we can use it later. Now this one, we're going to need to make a square. So I'm just going to move my other pieces of coloured card out of the way. So the first thing I need to do is make a square. So I take the corner and I fold it over to the edge. Make a triangle. And what I'm going to do is cut off this part very neatly and very carefully, because what I want is a square at the end. And I'm going to put that aside. So I now have a square. Now I leave it triangle side. I take this corner, I fold it up to the top, and I do the same with the other side. If you need to stop at any time, because I'm going too fast, just press pause. The next thing we do is we open up this and we're going to fold the top layer, lift it up. We're going to fold the top layer down to the center of that long edge. Make sure you crease hard so you've got a triangle. Then we're going to pick up this corner and we're going to fold it underneath there. Okay, if your folds aren't firm, it might not sit correctly, so you need to make sure you fold it firmly on a hard surface, and you're going to have that little clip sitting inside. And then we're going to do the same to the other side. We're going to fold this down inside again to make a little pocket. Now this is actually called the craft of origami, which is a Japanese paper folding technique. And now I have a little pocket. And if I could just grab a book, when I'm reading, I can just slide that over the top to keep my space, or I might slide it, if it's a fat book for mum or dad, I might slide it over that corner like that. Now what we're going to do is we're going to make a flower. So I'm just going to put that to the side. And what I want to do is I want to make a flower. Now to make my flower, I want to use half of this paper again, because later on I'm going to use that paper over there. So I've given everybody a piece of paper. Make sure the corners match, and then fold it firmly. Open it up and cut along there and put that aside. Now what I want to do is I want to make a flower. My flower is going to have round petals, but I want them all the same. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a strip. Now remember, this is how big your flower petals are going to be. So I'm looking at this and I want my petals to probably, I'm thinking I'm going to draw a circle, you know, about that big. So I'm going to make my strip Now, if you need help, you can get an older brother or sister, or mum or dad, or an adult in your house to help you cut the strips, or you might use a ruler to rule it. Now, I'm going to fold this in half. So I've cut along the long edge, remember? And I'm going to fold it in half again. Now this is going to form one petal. I'm going to grab my pencil. Now however you draw this, they're all going to be the same. Now I'm going to go for a rounded petal. And I'm going to just have a look at here. So that's about how it's going to look. And then I'm going to cut my petal. So you want your circle to take up most of the space. Now I wonder if anyone can guess how many petals I'm going to get. Now when I glue these down, I'm going to glue this one with the pencil markings on. I'm going to glue the pencil markings face down so that you can't see them. Alright, so let's have a look at how many I've got. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now what I want is another one, so I'm just going to use my template there to measure about the same. I want to make sure I can fit that on the width again. So I'm going to put that, I'm going to leave a bit of space because I'm going to use that petal as my pattern. Okay, and I'm going to fold it in half. And fold it in half again. I'm going to use that top one as a pattern. I'm going to rule around it, draw around the outside, just carefully. I should have put the pencil up. It doesn't matter that it's not gone all around because I can get the general idea, and then I'm going to cut it out. Now this Sunday is Mother's Day, which is a wonderful day to say thank you to your mum for everything she does. Now, not everyone lives with their mum, so you could give this, if you don't live with your mum, you could give this to your grandmother, you could give it to an auntie, you could give it to a woman in your life, an adult, female adult who does a lot for you, who is helpful for you and you love. If you don't have anyone like that and you live with your dad or a male, you could still give them the bookmark and say thanks because they're looking after you as well. So there is no reason why you can't choose someone else if you don't live with your mum. So now we need our petals and our glue stick. I'm going to just get an idea of how this is going to look. I'm going to try and keep, you can see mine is a bit Easter egg shaped, so I'm going to try and put the fat ones to the center. We're actually not going to see the center because we're going to cut out another circle in another color and stick it on the top. Look, we've got 6 there. I think 6 is enough. I wonder what would happen. I think 6 is enough. Now I don't need to have them all covered in the middle because I'm going to cut out a circle in the middle and stick it in the center. So now what I need to do is when I'm gluing, don't glue this top bit to that back bit. So I'm first of all going to assemble my flower. So I'm going to put some glue. And there's a glue stick in your pack that you've been given. Matt and I put together for you. Put that one like that. And that one next. Don't know if you can hear that beautiful rain out there. It's been raining for ages. Oh, they're a bit close together, I think. By the time you get round to the next one, they need, oh dear, this glue is terrible. Hope your glue is better than my glue. Okay. Okay, next thing I need to put some glue on here. I put a lot because mine's not holding together very well. I'm going to stick mine this side up. Okay, now, so I've stuck that on. Now the next thing I need to do is I need to have a circle for the center of the flower. Now I could use the same color again and cut that into a circle. Not very nice. I could use that. I'm going to use the red card. Now, you need this for later, so don't go and cut out of the center. I'm going to cut out of the corner. Remember, I only need a circle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my spare one, and I'm just going to cut that into a bit of a circle. If you can't do this, you could use the bottom of your glue stick. That would form a nice center as a little template, or you could find something else that's round in the house that you could coin, 20 cents. That might work. All right, so I've got my center. I just need to put that on there so I know how big to cut. And I'm just going to cut a square out of the corner. Do not cut out of the center because we need that for later. Okay, now I'm going to cut my circle, just cut corners off. Okay, now I think mine's a bit big, so I'm just going to trim it a little. Be careful you don't trim it down too small. Oh, that looks better. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is, now with all these little bits of rubbish, put them in a little pile. Don't sweep them on the floor so someone else has to pick them up. Put them over in a little pile, and I'm going to sweep those into the bin when I'm finished. Now I don't need that one. Don't need that one. Okay, so I need some glue. I'm going to put mine like that. Oh, that's beautiful. Now, when you give this to someone, they can use this as a bookmark.